strategy against a dangerous guard like Pedro's. Classic Rotolo style passing, looking for a leg drag. Pedro's able to attach to the leg, invert underneath. We have a little bit of a leg isolation here. Pedro's now trying to climb to the back with a little mini bolo, using it to sweep. Jesus was looking for a toe hold, but Pedro was wise to it. Now he's used to sweep. He's trying to isolate the hips and come up into a mount position.
He kept that butterfly, and that was good.
Yeah.
Good guard recovery there.
Jesus saved himself from that mount position. He's able to get back to the feet. Beautiful transition by both grapplers. I think that shows Pedro that Jesus is ready to really grapple with him and is not going to be scared to be in these entanglements. He reacted perfectly to that situation.
I always wonder if MMA guys, when they come into the jiu-jitsu world, if the experience with the fighting allows them to kill the nerves when they're going up against high-level grapplers like this. I always wonder that.
I know my experience after fighting, I was always way less worried about it. I don't care how good of a grappler you are if you're not elbowing me in the face.
Yeah.
Beautiful leg drag attempt by Jesus. Really, really nice. Pedro was able to pummel the legs back across and keep his hips free. Pedro's going to have a very hard guard to pass.
Very calm, very calm. Pedro's very calm in that open guard position.
We're 2 minutes in. Both guys look to kind of be finding their spots in the fight. We got a little reverse Del Hiva game from Pedro. Looking to pull Jesus into kind of a more connected position. Jesus with good heavy hips in that half guard. Pedro looking for a little John Wayne sweep. Looks like he's going to be able to use it to come on top.
Jesus did a good job of keeping those knees up.
Yep.
Pedro's so dynamic from the bottom, huh? Doesn't do much, but seems to get a lot out of it.
When he gets attachment, it just seems like guys are moving whether they want to or not.
Exactly.
Very nice heavy pressure from Pedro. Has the knees folded. He's just going to have to create some space with the upper body to try to get those knees back in. I have a feeling Pedro's going to try to stay here, kind of grind and wear on Jesus a little bit as he works the upper body. He's just not settling, though. He's not letting him get that mount without a fight. I wouldn't be surprised if Pedro tries to come out the back door a little bit. He's able to get the mount.
He worked that mount inch by inch, all the way up.
He's got the arm isolation with his left arm on Jesus' right. You may be seeing an arm triangle back take combination coming. Jesus needs to get that elbow back down. Again, this is where the sub-only situation. Jesus is not in a rush. He just needs to defend the submission. It's not about points. It's not about having to make this up. It's about staying safe, making Pedro work from the submission. Pedro does have a lot of time, and they're not sweaty because it's about 3 minutes into the fight. Pedro's mounts look pretty solid right now.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. Looks like he might be working for an arm triangle, possibly.
Yeah, that arm triangle looks to be his main option, and I know he's going to look to use that to take the back if Jesus can keep his arm at a good angle. But his squeeze looks very strong. He's looking a little uncomfortable in the upper body, and I do not blame him there. I think the arm is now across the head.
Yeah.
Pedro's trying to get that ear down, but Jesus is doing a good job trying to fight that arm free.
Pedro's very patient, too. Very patient, waiting for that opportunity. He's grinding on that, though.
Nice hips by Jesus trying to off-balance the long grappler, but not enough to get the arm free. I think the elbow is slid back down into a better position for Jesus, so he's out of the arm triangle attack. Very good patience there. It's always interesting to see in a no-gi setting a high-level grappler like Pedro what he opts to do from the mount when he doesn't have grips or collars.
Jesus with a little mermaid action.
Very nice hip escape. Jesus with a beautiful escape to get out and attack the footlock. Pedro's in on the legs on his own. Nice pass right away.
Oh, wow. Jesus was trying to do some elevation. He was able to get out of that. Pedro's able to backstep all the way to side control.
Pedro's doing a really good job keeping the positions he wants. But again, Jesus is not panicking in any of his positions. He's looking for opportunities not only to escape but attack. We're about 5.5 minutes in, 4.5 minutes to go. We're 4 for 4 submissions so far. This is our 5th fight of the night. Nice back attempt. Pedro's trying to climb that outside to look for the back/arm lock. Jesus is able
back him out, huh?
to... Yeah. Arm isolation again. He's looking for that same arm triangle back takes combination that he was working earlier. We'll see if the extra grind he's been putting on Jesus is going to help pay off in this situation. Here's some deep breathing coming from Jesus.
Yeah.
That mount pressure is starting to really add up.
I think if you add the time, it might have been like a good 3 minutes of mount right there for
Yeah.
Pedro. It's grinding. That's tough. That's part of the strategy. Sometimes you got to cook the guys, and then you start attacking.
Yeah, a tough competitor like Jesus is not going to be easy to catch. Jesus gets that elbow free again to prevent the arm triangle. A really, really good defense from the bottom. Jesus was looking for that same kip escape he did earlier.
Yeah. He needs to uncross the feet there. Now it might be a better chance to do it.
Pedro putting the arm across,
Yeah.
putting some neck pressure on, trying to bait that escape.
Looks like he's working for that arm triangle again.
You might see a little mounted triangle attempt of climbing the legs up, or even a monoplata, possibly. About 3 minutes left in this match. Jesus able to get his open guard back. Pedro dives across. We have an arm isolation. Pedro's going to look to extend that arm.
He has one arm in, one arm out. Got his arm stuck in there in the mount. Look like Jesus' right arm is stuck inside.
Yep, stuck inside the legs. But he's able to bring his hands together on the hips.
Just trying to frame.
It looks like Jesus has cleared the immediate danger of that arm triangle attempt.
Pedro not making it easy at all.
No. If this fight does go to overtime, the pressure that Pedro has put on Jesus is going to probably pay big dividends in the overtime. He still does have over 2 minutes to work, so he has plenty of time to find the submission. Jesus has plenty of time to escape and look for his own. We're now in a Williams guard position.
Oh.
2 minutes.
2 minutes left. Pedro working omoplata attack. He may transition to the legs off this. Jesus does a good job clearing his arm straight.
Wow. You saw Jesus take a deep breath when he got out of that.
Great defensive jiu-jitsu, but he has been put under the pressure and under the fire this whole match.
Great match so far.
Again, Pedro looking for a little reverse De La Riva connection to try to invert and come underneath.
I'm interested to see if Jesus is going to start taking some shots at him. Seems like he's been on the defense a little bit here.
Pedro looking for the legs, but Jesus wide is able to clear the knees pretty quickly. He's now putting some pressure in, trying to isolate the legs of his own. Gets into an Ashi position, has a heel hook. Pedro didn't even seem to defend that.
Not at all, yeah.
Just over a minute left. We may get our first overtime of the day. Nice shin-to-shin entry by Pedro. Jesus is attacking the heel.
1 minute left.
Pedro is attacking the footlock of his own. A little leg lock shootout right here. Pedro has a deep angle, almost like an Aoki lock.
Yeah, very similar to Aoki lock.
45 seconds. This could be the last submission exchange of this match.
Pedro's gonna try to go for that kill. You can tell he's setting it up.
He does not want to go to that overtime. That foot is isolated. Jesus digging his own heel hook and is opting not to defend the footlock. That is a tight inside heel hook. That is a tight inside heel hook from Jesus. That is a tight inside heel hook.
Oh wow! I cannot believe he survived that. Wow!
And now attacks his own footlock. Going from that cross kind of Aoki lock on Jesus. Now he's opting to do a double outside Ashi. That is a tight footlock of his own. 10 seconds. Both these guys' ankles are going to be feeling this, this later today and in the
We don't have wheelchairs here, do we? No, okay. Oh.
What a fight.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
That inside heel hook was quite a attempt by Jesus. I got one. You need a quarter? We're now going to our first overtime. We are using EBI rules, 3 overtimes, 2-minute ride time limit in each round. We're going to be starting from the back row of the spiderweb position.
Looks like Pedro's taking it back. That's usually his go-to. He's a killer from there.
Pedro is incredibly experienced in the EBI rule set, so he feels very confident in this position. Jesus being a 10th planet competitor, he obviously is confident here as well. So it'll be a very interesting strategic battle. Pedro switching sides with his body triangle to keep that angle on Jesus. It's hard to see our hand position from our angle, but Pedro looks to have a little pressure on the shoulders, but nothing around the neck.
This is where Pedro does a lot of magic. He's real patient. He's good at controlling. And the longer you sit there, eventually, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Sometimes you got to work with some urgency. You just got to really get out.
He's just doing a good job of moving his hips to clear those body triangles and make Pedro switch, but he's not getting his hips free.
Yeah, that body triangle is a problem, especially with those long legs.
Oh, Jesus getting his shoulders free, but Pedro's able to pull him back in.
Oh, wow, that's close.
Pedro doing a good job of working his head side to side to not let Jesus get his shoulders free. We're about a minute into this overtime round. Again, there's only a 2-minute ride time. So if you have 2 minutes, that is our limit for our ride times in our overtime rounds. You know, all the grind from the regulation from Pedro, and now a whole minute of body triangle work. This is where these fights really start to take their toll on the competitors. But Jesus is not giving up anything.
10 minutes is a long time.
Yeah.
When you add that overtime to it, too. So.
We have about 30 seconds left in this overtime period. Pedro's starting to get a little bit of isolation with his right arm under Jesus' neck, but Jesus doing a great job fighting that 2-on-1 and not letting him get deep. Pedro opts to switch his hand position. About 15 seconds left in this overtime period.
This is a challenge. Watching your own guy compete while you commentate. Huh?
This is the coach. I'm glad I'm not having to do that today. He's just doing a beautiful job defending, but not able to get the escape. Time! And that's our time. Pedro gets the full 2-minute ride. Jesus will now get the opportunity to be on Pedro's back. And again, if Jesus gets the submission, the fight is over. If not, we will go into our second overtime. Jesus immediately starts digging his left arm under Pedro's neck. Pedro doing a good job hand fighting, trying to prevent the body triangle. He's able to now get the body triangle. Jesus looks very relaxed and comfortable. Pedro's trying to keep that left arm high to try to not let the hook come inside. The body triangle, especially on a slightly shorter opponent, Jesus, when he gets that body triangle, is a tighter squeeze against the bigger, longer competitor. Jesus gets a belly down.
Trying to spin through.
Jesus is not giving him that body triangle being so tight is not giving Pedro any hip freedom. So even on that roll, he didn't get almost anywhere closer to escaping than when they started. And that's a tight position for Jesus. He's doing a really, really good job riding a high-level competitor.
Switching that choking arm.
We are a minute into this period, so we have a minute left of ride. Pedro cannot escape, or Jesus cannot get the finish.
Oh, he's scraping him off. Almost got his second shoulder to the mat.
Jesus needs to get that head back inside.
Oh, it was a good transition there to stay on it.
Beautiful roll.
Yeah.
Non-stop rolling from both competitors.
Oh.
He gets the elbow under the neck.
No.
He gets the elbow under the neck.
I think it's close. I think
he's able to get his hand free.
Wow. He almost lost it on that spin.
The hometown fighter is getting a lot of support from the crowd, which has to help him in these deeper rounds. We have 30 seconds left in this overtime ride period.
This is great.
Yeah, this has been an intense overtime period, as was the regulation. We have about 10 seconds left. Jesus needs to really go for the finish here if he wants to get Pedro here. He has an arm isolated.
Arm trap too.
Short time.
Looks like it's going to be another 2-minute ride time.
Absolutely.
What a match.
Incredible performance. This overtime's gotten better and better. So our second of our 3 overtime rounds. Pedro again immediately gets to his body triangle. Jesus opting to fight his 2-on-1. We'll see if there's any strategy change this round from either competitor, as both got full 2 minutes of ride. Neither man got incredibly close to a submission or an escape. This is where you start seeing if they're going to try something new, have some more tricks in their bag that they weren't ready to use in the first round, but are going to have to now.
with all that energy they spent on that first OT round, they might spend some time just resting on the back for a little bit here.
This will be a very interesting strategic decision. All the rolls that Pedro did to try to escape, that's definitely going to burn the cardio out.
Yeah.
Pedro opting for some double underhook control as opposed to the traditional seatbelt. Much harder to escape, but not really threatening the choke on Jesus. Halfway through our ride time. Jesus doing an incredibly good job not letting Pedro get really on his neck or around his neck. It's been attacking his shoulders, not his neck, which is definitely a smart thing to do and makes it hard for Pedro to really get any offense going. As I say that, Pedro does start getting his right arm in. This is the deepest choke attempt he's had. He's going palm to palm. It looks like it's getting tighter. He's just doing a good job trying to pull that elbow down and create some space.
Looks like Pedro went back for the control.
30 seconds left in this ride. This is the kind of match that no matter who wins, they're going to be worn out when we get into the second round.
Sometimes this becomes a battle of who has the best cardio.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That was a great recovery.
Both guys trying all their tricks and neither guy on the back giving up any position and all the scrambles and all the handling. We're about to hit our ride time again. And time. Wow. Another full 2-minute ride. Jesus now gets his opportunity.
This 3:02. This is the second one.
So again, we got our back position. Jesus again looking for that body triangle. Doesn't have it fully locked yet. Opting to keep it open. It looks like he's looking to bring that left leg over. Now he goes back to the body triangle. So he showed a little different strategy to start this round, then opts to go back to the body triangle.
I think he was trying to attempt to trap that arm. He got a little worried that he was going to lose it. So
I think he made the right decision there.
Both guys seeming to do a little bit less on the back right now in that second round.
Yeah.
I think they're a little bit tired here.
These are some of the most intense EBI overtime rounds I've seen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's out.
Pedro gets an escape. 45 seconds, so now he has over a minute ride time advantage going into our last overtime. So this is our third of 3 EBI rounds. So now with the ride time lead, Jesus has to play a little bit more aggressively here.
If he doesn't escape either quicker, it's going to be over.
It'll be interesting to see if Pedro tries to open up or just kind of play the ride time because he knows he has that advantage now.
That'd be the smart strategy.
Jesus is dangerous in the back. You can get the sub here. That may be his easiest option if it's available. Jesus almost gets the shoulders free. The length of Pedro's arms and legs is making it very difficult.
Yeah, after it's over, it's over. Yeah.
Oh, time.
Time. They're at the bottom of the third.